Michael Farrugia. I've spent many years as a trainer and assessor in private and mostly public training organisations. About a year ago I left TAFE and started a number of different businesses. One of them, back to my grassroots, painting and decorating. Yes, after all these years I got back on the tools, set up a painting and decorating company. I currently have about 6 people working for me. So I think from my point of view I can really empathise better now with you, the small business owner, and your challenges of trying to run a business and also seeing your students go off for block training. It's a fact. An e-learning environment for underpinning knowledge is going to be much more superior way of learning than in the traditional classroom. Hello, Emily. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Emily Tane and I'm a painter and decorator.
Very good. Where did you do your training?
I did my training at Australia Pacific Technical College.
Okay. Based where?
Here in Fiji.
Excellent. Now, during your time of training, you were exposed to a few different trainers. Who were some of your trainers?
I had Michael Farrugia, and also later on we had Rodney Pierce.
Okay. And your local tutors, trainers?
Our local trainers were Mavuku, Dakona, and Eroni.
Okay, so you're exposed to a range of different skill levels with one of those trainers?
Yes.
Oh, good. Now, in the learning environment, you had classroom learning, especially at the beginning, and then probably went back to classroom learning, but you also introduced to e-learning on a number of subjects. How would you compare the two?
Well, practical learning had its value, but also e-learning was something that made our learning interesting, because we were introduced to gadgets as well. But e-learning has its value in that it's flexible. We could do it in our own time and also at our own pace.
Your own pace, that's an important thing. Many of the students had English as a second language. Do you think the e-learning helped them?
Yes, absolutely. It helped them because it gave them time to do their research in the background, and then they could come back and do the questions again.
So in a normal classroom environment, did you feel that the students were getting the best all the time from the trainer? Like, do you think there's times where they didn't understand what the trainer was saying?
Yes, there were times when the trainer would ask questions and no one would answer. So obviously they didn't know some of their answers, so they had to go do research. And e-learning helped us to do that.
And we spoke about advancing technology, that the coding systems are changing, the approach that we use to applying those coding systems are changing. Did you feel that it was a good thing to learn how to access information on that technology?
Yes, it was a good thing because it broadened our knowledge on those subjects, and it trained us to go out there and research for ourselves, because we couldn't just sit in the classroom, or we couldn't just do the practical without that valuable knowledge.
Now, doing e-learning, did that give you more time for practical or less time for practical?
Actually, it gave us more time to do practical, because practical time we did our practicals. E-learning, we could just put it in to our spare time as well.
An example was that was sometimes you'd be waiting for a coding to dry. You could slip in, get on the computer, do a little bit of e-learning, then other students could be doing their work. We also, you may recall, had limited resources, especially at the beginning. My thinking was that e-learning provided an opportunity for us to spread those resources better by giving other students an opportunity to do e-learning while some were doing practical.
Yes.
Did you see the benefit of that?
Yes, because like you said, we had limited resources in school, and so some of us would be working on the board doing our paintings, and the rest, half of us, would be using the computers, because not all of us could use it at the same time. So yeah, it was really beneficial in that area.
Just one more question. What was more interesting, listening to me in a classroom or doing e-learning?
Well, could be boring at times, so I think e-learning was much more interesting.
The students would rather go on e-learning than listen to me.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Emily. So speaking from experience, I've seen the benefit to the industry, I've seen the benefit to the apprentices, and I've seen the benefit to the training organisations of when a model of blended delivery is embraced. And I'd like to also mention that the learning management system that the National Institute of Painting and Decorating set up, the beauty of that system is that it actually has, as part of it, very structured verifications and authentication of workplace activities and also workshop activities. What the National Institute of Painting and Decorating would like to do is have this learning management system moderated across Australia. Moderated by training organisations, moderated by the industry, moderated by those that use it. It's open and transparent. Anyone can look at the educational objects that we're putting up there. Anyone can make comment on the learning. And as such, we can allow for complete, honest moderation, validation, authentication, and we can continue to improve our resources. On a weekly basis, we're developing up to 2 to 3 new videos, learning objects, that are going into that learning management system. Over a period of time, it will just get better and better and better. This has been achieved because we have people from all over Australia with different levels of expertise and experience in different fields, contributing their time and energy to develop these resources.